20 Russian soldiers are left dead after a firefight. But the strange thing is, they weren't fighting the Ukrainians. They were fighting each other. Welcome back to another episode of the Arden Report. Got some interesting news. Internal fight that took place between the Russians in Ukraine broke out, and 20 Russian soldiers had been left dead because of it. Basically, ever since the beginning of the war in Ukraine, we've seen a lot of disunity in the Russian ranks, anywhere from brawls going on where the Russian soldiers are fighting each other, Russian soldiers are yelling at commanders, Russian soldiers are refusing to go in and fight, to the Wagner coup, and even before the Wagner coup, Yevgeny Prigozhin blasting the Russian Ministry of Defense. So we've seen a lot of disunity, but this, besides obviously the coup, this really takes it to another level. Ramzan Kadyrov's Chechen troops and a unit from Dagestan entered into a verbal spat after a soldier opened fire in the air. So it's a verbal spat, another argument. That happens a lot on the battlefield. I'm sure that's happening on the Ukrainian side too. Frustration when it comes to the battlefield, whatever, it happens. However, the fighting only intensified from there, and a open confrontation broke out between the two sides. And what I mean by open confrontation, I mean a firefight. So they said the fighting involved, according to Ukraine National Reconnaissance Center, they said the fighting involved grenade launchers and automatic weapons. So this is actually an intense fight. You would see this going on with the Russians and Ukrainians fighting each other. Kyiv said that the unit from Dagestan came out on top in the fight, which left a total of 20 soldiers dead. So I guess Dagestan won this. And it's very interesting because after this, the Dagestan a place in Dagestan caught fire, a huge fire that I believe injured over 20 people. So some people are saying that was the Chechens getting their revenge. Some others say it's Ukraine. Some others say it was just a fire that happened. However, I wouldn't say the fight, just the Chechens losing the fight and that happening. I want to say you can just knock that off as a coincidence. The fight occurred in the Russian-occupied village of Malivka in the Zaporozhye Oblast, as per the National Reconnaissance Center. So that's pretty much all we know about it. I personally believe that this just shows what the Russians level all in morale, in distrust, and disunity. Got soldiers actually killing each other. No reports on the Ukrainian side. This may have happened on the Ukrainian side, and if so, I would report about it because it's actually pretty nutty to think about. You're on the same side, but you're fighting each other, and this could cause. The people have been talking about the Russian Civil War for a long time, and although I think it's a bit Western dream to think Russia would actually get in the Civil War, it isn't unlikely. However, it isn't as likely as people want to believe it is. However, this could literally be the start of it, where Dagestani soldiers and Chechen soldiers are refusing to fight or just fighting each other, and this could breed Russian commanders having to take sides, and then it could literally, they're fighting in Ukraine against each other instead of facing against the Ukrainian army, which is conducting a counteroffensive as they were shooting at each other with grenade launchers. That's not the best way to defend any place against a common enemy. We've seen this happen a lot in war, though, so it's nothing new. In World War II, American soldiers and Australians actually got in a sort of fight where the Americans ended up opening fire on the Australians. And it was due to many reasons. If you want to know what happened there, just search it, and a simple history video most likely will come up, and then you can watch the full video and get the full details. So this isn't uncommon on the battlefield. However, this is not what you want to be seeing, especially since all this disunity and the rumor of another Wagner coup led by high Russian officials coming within the next 6 months. Just not something the Russians want to be seeing on the battlefield of Ukraine. So that's basically all what happened there. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Again, YouTube, I do not condone any of this violence or any killings of anybody. This is just a report. So thank you guys for watching, and goodbye.